This is me, the Grand Duchess. This is me, the Grand Duchess Rasmus Koenen, coming on for your Saturday. Skipped yesterday was my prayer day. I kind of skipped everything. Let me have a little sort of thing hanging off here, whatever it is. Today I'm just gonna give a simple little rebuttals of my experience for the day. I had a call from a friend again. Ryan, we want to have lunch. We want to meet with you. I'm just like, okay, what is this? But sometimes you must realize when people call after the most dangerous periods in your life, your adversity, they couldn't understand when you were sitting in the gutters that you needed a glass of water to drink and a piece of bread to eat, but the interest still malingers. And I call it malingers. When it's a call, I call it a call for eval. A call to say, what is it that I can get over this person? What is it that I can say that makes me better? And this person that called me, that has been the sum total of his life. Sum total of his immature behavior since I knew him in school. And so therefore their influences must be immature. It must be less than what you are, because you have grown greater than your character. You have grown over your adversity, the comfort, passion and support, things that people need to realize when they are in a certain sector of society and they work in certain organization. I didn't need it to work as a nurse, but oh my God, I had it, and I supported my my traits. My traits were supported, and they and my career was supported by my character traits: compassion, understanding, and a need for humanity when there is no social support. And so forth. So I did not get into his thing there. I said yes, we can have lunch together, knowing that he would not be there, though that his juvenility, since I know him, never manifested himself in anything mature or confident enough to express true feelings, true support, and true cultural as well as personal identity. And so I took him for what it is: the sarcasm of support. And when you find out that you have been through certain adversity, but it's by institution supported by other people, they try to justify themselves by supporting the institution. And where is the victim? Still on its own. One other thing I'm going to say: I still support Syria. The war was not started by the Syrians internally. It was started by an external militia group to destabilize the Syrian government. And for what it was, I will support them, because this has always been, I've always say, and once I started 3 years ago, I said this is going to be a judgment. If Barack Obama steps into there, it's going to be a judgment on his character, a judgment on his president, a judgment on anything. And so whatever road they go down, if they get Assad out of power and they defeat those Syrians, realize the force is greater with those Syrians. It's greater there because of the lapse in judgment, and the lapse in integrity, and the lapse to find the moral fiber of what we truly represent and is in the Constitution of the United States. And if that's not what we are representing these days, guess what? Darling, that guy that's living in Hong Kong, he is better off than us. Why not? Why shouldn't he transition? Why shouldn't he live in Hong Kong? The Chinese have many Chinese restaurants. Kudos to the Chinese. I love Chinese. They make everything there. So whenever we go and get a loan, we're probably just borrowing money. We represent the Chinese probably. The Chinese own us in their self. And so what? Nobody said anything. But he stepped out of his comfort zone, and he probably doesn't know where he is living really, and how counterintelligence works. What he does not realize is the counterintelligence of the whole situation, and that him living in Hong Kong is such is a nice escape. But what he did it on the basis of what he truly represents and what he truly feel. I never had connections to intelligent material, military intelligence, but he has, and he made that duty to his country. He's white and Caucasian, and he was born here. I am not. That would have been another thing, and so therefore there's more passion for him. Yes, darling. What these people don't realize sometimes, when there is a turmoil in society, that means that there is a root cause. There is something to fix greater than what it is. And sometimes you have to step out of a limb. I've always said Barack Obama promised something from the first term of his presidency in that speech, and he never fulfilled it. And to his second term, he never fulfilled it. And here he is. This man is, he may not be struggling for identity because we all like him as the first black president. So do I. So do I like him. But it doesn't stop me from wanting better from that organization. Why should he have language like this? Why should it be filled with scandal? It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. This, I'm going to link it back to this guy with the NSA intelligence. And I remember when my Google page was, my Google Plus account was hijacked, and the FBI came to interview me, and they said, "Do you know about this?" And I said, "No, I have no idea." The moment they took my material and evaluated my computer, they said, "Your system was hijacked and it has a virus. It has something built in on your computer." Where did I get this computer? I said, "Best Buys." And he said, "Well, somebody from there acted inappropriately." That was the FBI words, not mine. Darling, once that was established, and I came to the hospital for reevaluation and so forth, and getting out of the military, and that Google Plus page was suspended, and my account, I couldn't get account. Where were my writings, my poetry, and so forth? One day, do you know, I saw this lieutenant coming in with some copies of my poem. I said, "Where the hell did you get this from?" "Oh, somebody else." I said, when I looked at it, it was my own work. So how do that relates to me, military intelligence, and the ability to survive after adversity? Who wants to be a part of something that would stop you from making a life from yourself, from being enterprising? That's what America is doing, the enterprising spirit in adversity. Why is it that we have to lock the keys and hide and cheat and steal from each other? That is a part of life, and maybe that is it. Maybe that's a part of it, because someone else is going to sit in high office and steal your civil liberties, your freedoms, and your will, your audacity, and your strength to be a proud American citizen. And why not? American means freedom, newness, discovery, and Christopher Columbus made us all of that. These are the United States, but this whole hemisphere are the Americas. Let us remember that. It's a certain freedom, it's a certain integrity, it's a certain freedom from an alliance, to accept, to amalgamate, and to incorporate. We listen to ideas. It doesn't mean that we have to incorporate them, but oh my God, with so much degradation around him, something needs to be done. Abraham Lincoln realized this. He realized, something is wrong in the South, and I can't go with the status quo. I am not going to be a paper pusher. I'm not putting up the file like the past presidents. I am going to change it, and that is it. He refused to change. In the opposite of his Lincoln-esque presidency, he refused to realize that the war, if he stopped the war, he would have been the best success. The Republicans realize this, and they're just waiting for him to timely continue his mistakes and get the hell out of office until they come and finish the dish and take the credit for it. And this is what this man could not understand. And this, with all the intelligence around him, Hillary Clinton, they're in a kind of mold and a method of stupidity, a method of let's try to save the shield of defense, not realizing part of that was understanding what they were dealing with and the cultures that they were dealing with. As again, I'm not a part of the CIA, so therefore I really don't know. Secondly, darling, what else can I say? You do your best. When every empire is going to fall, come two things that happen. Those that realize something, they pull out first, the richest. Then comes those with intelligence and defend the true structure of the society. Then they pull out next. Look at him. That guy flew to the NSA, and many others have flown the cope already to Australia and so forth. And they sit down in their little itty bitty throats with their old mentality. And when the structure falls, they said, What a catastrophe. But then it doesn't fall on them, it falls on all the common people. This is Misa Grand Duchess Rasmus Codin, also known as Ryan Tomlinson. Have a good Saturday.